Hello, fellow painters. Last week, I released a video on how to start a series, and that's because I'm starting a series of my own, and I condensed everything, all the steps into a roadmap, into a timeline, milestones, all of that, while also being a full session. So I'm staying in the lane of Milestone 1. Milestone 1 involves brainstorming ideas, themes, research, gathering inspiration, creating mood boards, and sketching rough concepts. So I did a quick sketch that was done with soft pastels, and this time I want to translate one that I really liked into an oil small painting. And I want to explore the process, the color palette, the composition, see if things are working or not. So here's the starting point. This was the brainstorm sketch, the quick rough sketch that I did in the soft pastels. And the goal today is to create a rough layout in the oils to see how it translates. So I've chosen a mostly blue palette with some hints of red and yellow to add some variety and contrast, warmer tones, cooler tones in the background and the figure. And that's why I started with a blue acrylic background. I wanted to start with this medium blue background and then lay on top the lights first. And instead of starting with a sketch, as I mentioned, I'm going to directly work on the background. And this approach helps me establish the general mood from the beginning, as well as being able to focus on the negative space, focus on how the subject is taking up space. Also, the background is very simple. It's supposed to be all of this airy and ethereal feeling, but it's also supposed to be a sad painting. But we'll talk about that a bit later because I ended up not loving this, and I'll explain why. As I blend the colors and I'm thinking about the tones and how things are translating to the oils are a lot richer. They're a lot more vibrant, so I loved seeing how things were translating. But as the composition evolves, I'm realizing that the subject is very ball circular-like, and I ended up realizing that what I want to do is extend the figure and include more negative space around her. But I'm enjoying the cohesive palette that is matching the original idea that I had in the soft pastel sketch. And as the painting is starting to take shape, I'm still keeping the brush strokes relatively loose, and I'm just trying to capture the overall feel of certain elements that I want to keep, certain elements that I'm adjusting. And the idea was that she is enveloped, this anthropomorphic human mixed with a spider is enveloped in her own spider web, and her face is supposedly covered with cloth, with fabric, but it looked more like cloth, I think. I don't know, at least in the very early stages of the sketch it looked a bit more like cloth, or at least an abstract representation of that, and I forgot that that's what I was going for during the sketch, and I ended up going too deep with the details of the face. I ended up not liking that because I wanted it to include the fabric in the sketch to see what was working, what wasn't. So that was already something that I know I need to improve for the next time when I finally refine the sketch. But yeah, at this point I've got a rough layout. It captures the essence of the original sketch. I'm happy about that, but I'm not happy about how I ended up executing it, in the sense of I forgot the major elements that I wanted to include further on in the sketch. Like, I got too into it and I decided to paint the face a bit. I think what I was trying to do was include the shadows that would show through the fabric, but I was not able to properly execute that. So I think what I would end up doing is creating more abstract impression of the fabric, and certain details of the fabric would be, well, yeah, more fleshed out. So this sketch turned out to be more of a learning experience. Especially, it's been invaluable in understanding my subject and refining my approach. Because what I ended up learning after this sketch was that the spider legs grow from the upper body, the first little body, not the abdomen, the lower, bigger body. And I could not believe I've seen that in real life, that the legs were like, I always saw the little butt portion on the spiders in real life, but for whatever reason, I completely forgot about that. And I ended up drawing the legs on the lower abdomen. And when I realized that, I thought, okay, well, this painting was a learning experience. I learned about things that I want to do, I don't want to do, and I learned about my subject. I know what I need to change next time. And I did a bunch more sketches after that. So what I'm going to end up doing is translate a few more of those into oil sketches, and then I will end up refining those, whether it be digital and then translating it to oil again, and then start with the big painting that I want to make. So that's all for today's mini session. I hope you enjoyed watching this process and maybe took something from it, like really learn your subject. And I hope you are able to take something from the procedures that I'm going to be taking. This is going to be a journey of many months for me to be able to complete this current series. As of now, this is what I'm going to be working on. I really want to get it done. So having extra YouTube video content ideas is not compatible currently. I'm very sorry about that. I just really want to do this and focus on my own personal artwork and share it. And if you guys like it, that would be wonderful. And you can share your thoughts and ideas as well. That is very much welcome. If you want to stay tuned to the project, to the series, to all of this painting journey, then subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you'll definitely know when I post next time. So thank you so much for watching if you've reached this point, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy painting!